for me to show you how I do my makeup in the morning. So here I am with no makeup on, and I'll do my makeup for you all. I'm not sure I do anything too spectacular, but here it is. I've already washed my face. I'm just going to put my hair up just to get it out of the way. And typically after I wash my face, and as far as a cleanser goes, I really just use Neutrogena, their liquid face cleanser, and I just use that with warm water and dry my face. Obviously I remove my makeup off the night before, or theoretically I should be removing after I wash my face and dry it. I use this Glossier solution. I am obsessed with it because it literally, and I'll show you right now, I usually do about 2 squirts of it, and it's an exfoliating skin perfector, and I'm not kidding, it totally removes so much dead skin. And this is right after me washing my face, so it's incredible how much it takes off, and it's just dead skin. And what I've noticed in just using this consistently every day is, look how gross that is that my skin is a lot smoother. I still have some imperfections, but my pores have become a lot smaller, and for me that's huge to get larger pores as we get older for whatever reason. I just let that air dry a little bit, but in the meanwhile what I'll do is I'll start off, my next part will be my concealer. Some people tell you to put your concealer on before your foundation and powder, and some tell you to do it afterward. In all honesty, sometimes I do it before, sometimes I do it after. It depends on when I remember to do it, because again, I don't have much of a rhyme or reason on how I do anything. What I have found, 2 of my favorite concealers right now, and I'm always open, but for now, my 2 favorite are the Glossier. This one is the Stretch Concealer, and then also the NYX HD Concealer. It's a Studio Photogenic concealer, and they both work really well. One of the things, and today I'm going to actually use the NYX. One of the things that I have learned is that in order to make your eyes look a little bit more awake or open, is to apply the concealer in a V shape and then blend it in. So it's kind of like a V shape. And because I just tend to have a little bit more darkness under my eyes, I try to use a shade a little bit lighter, and that works much better than using a shade that's more my skin tone. I do have some other little spots on my face that I do want to do some concealer on, and I'm just going to do light taps of that around. I have these 2 little marks right there, and then these are my burn marks from having laser as great as it is for dark hair. Be careful that they're not putting it on too high of a setting, because then you get my problem of having these marks. Concealer's done. I'm going to work on my foundation. So the interesting thing for me is, and I cannot find, oh there it is I don't like the feel of foundation. I've started using foundation probably in the last 6 months perhaps. Until then, I just didn't find anything that felt light on my skin. And then, actually, I take that back. Yeah, foundation I haven't. But this was the game changer for me, and I never used moisturizer until I received a sample of this First Aid Beauty, this skin primer, a priming moisturizer. It's fantastic. It does not leave my face greasy or oily, and it doesn't feel heavy on it. What I do is I pair that with Neutrogena's Shine Control makeup. It's fantastic because, yet something else I am not consistent with is sunscreen, and this one really is a double duty makeup product for me that works really well. So I just shake it a little bit, and I don't like to use that much makeup. I don't like that fake look on my face if I can avoid it, but that's actually a little bit too much of it. And I'll probably end up patting a lot of it off, and then I'll just mix that. I'll put a drop of the moisturizing primer, so kind of both of those together, and then I'll just run them through my fingers. I'll mix them together, pat it around, and then blend it in with my hands. Pretty easy. And actually, it wasn't as much as I thought it was going to be, so that worked out well. I didn't have to remove anything on there. I do try so it doesn't look like there's like this line or a mask on there as well. So now that that's done, I do put some light powder on just to take away some of the shininess of a moisturizer. And I just feel like it's kind of sets everything in. So I just quickly put some on. Again, no rhyme or reason. And this powder that I'm using is actually really great. I like it. It's from NARS, and the color is medium 2. It's a Santa Fe. I really like this product. So once I do this, again, it looks like I have layers and layers of makeup on, so I'll just take a clean powder puff brush and I will just go through to kind of get excess makeup off. Okay, now the real stuff. Then my next part is doing my eyeliner. I really do like to try to start from top to bottom, but for whatever reason, I want to get my eyeliner on quicker because I don't really care for the way I look without eyeliner. My first bit of business. I do want to tell you though, one thing I have noticed, I tend to have my eye makeup run down my face even when I use setting spray, which the setting spray helps a lot. But one thing I did realize, and I tried this the other day and it worked out really well, is that NARS has a primer. It's called a Pro Primer, and it's smudge proof eyeshadow base. I don't wear eyeshadow, but I thought, well, let me try this closer to my eyelid, where I put my eyeliner, and it actually worked really well. So right now I'm just gonna tap a little bit. This could be so taboo in the makeup industry, and I'm like, all these professional makeup artists are probably gonna be like, oh my God, what is she doing? Is she crazy? But hey, it worked for me, and so I'm just gonna keep on doing people who are just totally in complete shock right now that I just did. Okay, that's all I did. I'm just gonna leave it for 2 seconds, just to let it settle in a little bit. In the meanwhile, the eyeliner that I use, and mine's a little bit used up, so I'm just gonna show you the box. I love this, I swear by this. It's the Urban Decay 24/7 Waterline eye pencil. I had used this before, I had paired this before with my 24/7. I do love this waterline one, and so now I only use this one, and I use it for both my lids and for my waterline as well. I feel like it just stays on so much better. So I'm gonna come a little bit closer to this camera. Done with the eyeliner. I just kind of do it quickly. I'll touch it up a little bit, even right after, get that a little bit darker. Not liking how this one is turning out on this side, but it'll be fine. Okay, now for me, what really changes your eyes a lot is your mascara. My all-time favorite so far has been the Better Than Sex. Interesting name, but really works well, the Urban Decay one. I'm sorry, the Too Faced one of mascara, the Better Than Sex from Too Faced. It's awesome, it really works well. But the interesting thing for me is I love the difference you see in the eyes. Eyeliner is one thing, it makes your eyes look really great, but the other thing is the mascara that's really makes the difference. Makes a huge difference with mascara, without mascara. So it does really accent your eyes. And like normal, I usually get some mascara on me and I just wipe it right off. Okay, here we go. Eyes. All right, now I do my eyebrows. Oops. Let's see, just brushing my eyebrows. I use the two-sided brush that's got the spool on the one side and the angled brush on the other. And I start off just by brushing my eyebrows up. And then I love this Anastasia or Anastasia. I use Caramel, and it's a two-sided eyebrow. And I have actually I do use her Perfect Brow Pencil as well too. That's really great, but I feel like I have a little bit more control, and it's a little bit more forgiving when I use the powder. So I do like to use that over the pencil, and I just fill in some of the empty spots. The beautiful thing is, and I don't know if you can see the difference between this brow that has the powder on it and this one that doesn't, it's just such a cleaner, more sculpted look, which is really nice, and I do love that. And then I just run the spool right through it, just to even out the color a little bit. There it goes. That part is done. Now my cheeks, my contouring. Again, not a professional, so for you makeup artists, forgive me if I'm doing this wrong. One day I walked into Sephora, I'm like, what do I do on my cheeks? Blush, I look like a clown when it's done. So the person at Sephora was awesome, and she talked to me. She suggested this, it's Smashbox, and it's a contour palette, and it has your contour, your bronzer, and your highlight all in one, which is pretty cool, and obviously I use this quite often, but I love it. So I always start with the contouring, and I just always, tap the excess off your angled brush. And with the contouring, she had told me to go from kind of where my earlobe is down to right here, mid-cheek level. So I kind of, oops, sorry, looking at the mirror, kind of go, and it's really subtle. And that's why I kind of like this palette, because again, I'm not one to be like a lot of makeup. I think my eyes have the most makeup on, or it looks the most that I've got makeup on. So I don't want it to be that obvious that I've got a lot of makeup on. So those are the two places, and then I still use the contouring, and I actually draw a line, or I tap a line down each side of the bridge of my nose. I find that that also kind of elongates your face a little bit, and especially me that I've got a little bit of cheeks, so to speak, or they're kind of a little bit more full. This kind of helps elongate my face a little bit. So that's it with the contouring. Then I'll move on to the bronzer, and I take that and I do it just a little bit higher than where I put the contour. And then that's it. And then I will use the highlighter, which is the lighter color. And I'll start from the top here. And she had suggested going straight down your nose and on your chin, and a tap or two underneath your eyelids. Done with that, but I kind of want to blend it in. Before I blend it in, I actually do my highlighter. There are two that I really like. Glossier has a Halo Scope, which is their highlighter. Love it. I use mine in Topaz. And then Trestique has one as well too, which is really cool. I love their products, especially because everything has that magnetic closure, which is nice. You don't have to worry about anything opening up. But I love this highlighter, and then it also has like a blender in at the bottom. I only really use that when I am traveling, but I'm gonna use this one today, and I just do it right over my cheekbone. And I take that up, and then I'll just use a clean, smaller brush, and I'll just blend everything in. But that highlighter, I think, is something that's great, that you can just wear that by itself with either just mascara or a lighter version of your makeup, and it just gives you that, look, which is really great. And then I just go through and blend this other bits of contouring and highlighter. And that is it. That's basically it. My favorite lipstick that I'm using right now, it's a liquid lip stain on it, and gosh, somebody had me, it's from LA Splash, very inexpensive. I ordered it online, and I love it because I put it on in the morning, and I do not reapply makeup throughout the day. It is very rare that I will do that. So I eat, I drink, and I wipe my mouth, and my makeup stays until I take it off in the evening. So I do like this color. I love wearing red, but every day that I don't have anything huge going on, I do like to have this natural color, a little bit more natural. I don't know if you noticed that one of the things with lip stain is it kind of dries your lips. And there's nothing worse than chapped lips. So CoverGirl has a lip stain as well too, which I really like. But what I love about theirs is they have like a sealer. It kind of seals everything in, and it keeps your lips very soft. That's basically it. Just give it a shake to my hair, and there's my makeup routine for the day. I hope you learned something. I hope you didn't laugh too much at the way I apply my makeup, and leave your questions or suggestions or thoughts below, and I'll see you next time.